On the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports plus life. Sports plus life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up. I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or gossip go.
Sports plus life.
Yeah.
Sports plus life.
Yo, 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 yo! What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Bravon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, you feel me? And you guys already know what's going down today, bruh. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off. Yo, turn it all the way off. Cut. Oh, how's everybody doing today? Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Bravon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, that there sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And boy, do we have some topics on the sport front that definitely need some attention. Man. But anyway, before I get started, how's everybody doing today? I'm getting a little bit of a late start because I had a doctor's appointment this afternoon. You know, they want me to go ahead and check on the health. And, they said, well, your blood pressure's a little too high. I'm like, yeah, well, this is exactly what I told them. I said, I didn't do myself no favors this past weekend. I tell you that because I had me a good old time this past weekend, despite the fact that schizophrenic Richmond weather strikes again, even though I can't say that I'm surprised because in Richmond, Virginia in March, it just does crazy stuff. I mean, it could be 80 degrees like it was last weekend, and then a snowstorm like it was this past weekend. Ain't that some stuff? But, I mean, it is what it is. I still had me a good time. Got up with the homie, my nephew, the Legends of Jagger Vance. His birthday was Saturday, so went over there to my brother Sean's house and celebrated with them. Happy birthday, little man. And then later on that night, got out with my bro from Seafield, and we went to the Mono, and it was on point. I hadn't been to the Mona Lounge and Short Pump in a little while, but I tell you what, it was worth it because it was fun. I don't get a chance to do stuff that often. I don't need to do it all the time, but every now and again, you definitely want to get out and treat yourself and have a good time. Treat yourself to a good time, kid-free, just doing adult things. And just having fun, kicking back, letting your hair down a little bit, a little hair I got left, and just having a good time. And that's what I did Saturday night. And yeah, great time. And then, it was freezing cold this morning on Monday, March the 14th, 2000 of the 2-2. It was freezing this morning, but when I got out the doctor's office, I was like, damn, it feel good as hell right now. Are you joking? I mean, because this morning I was telling my kids winter is leaving with a bang because it is technically about to be springtime, but winter the winter season is closing with a bang. But now this evening, spring has been like, oh, don't worry. We are right down the block. Here's a glimpse of what we're going to be having to deal with in later March, April, and May, you feel me? But anyway, let me shout out all of my black and gold people, and all of my people in general. I hope everybody's having a beautiful, wonderful day. Hope you have a beautiful, wonderful week from your boy, Brandon Bravon Towns. And before we get to the professional sports topic, shout out to my Highland Springers basketball team, state champs. What? You already know how we get down, man. Springer Nation, baby, brought home another state title in basketball. We telling y'all can't even see us because we still doing what we do, and we great when we do it. You feel me? So again, shout out to Highland Springs basketball team bringing home that state championship, all right? Now, without further ado, let's get to it. Now, y'all know I was spasmatic last week. I was hype as hell, particularly on Tuesday when word came down that my Denver Broncos had traded for quarterback Russell Wilson. And I'm glad I got all of that stuff out of my system. Well, it's not totally out of my system, but I'm glad I did my celebrating when I did because, boy, the announcements that have come down in sports over the last just 48 hours. Well, We know yesterday was one of the great days of the year, Selection Sunday. Selection Sunday, and matter of fact, that following Monday, which is today, is the only day that I still go out and buy a newspaper just because I want the brackets so I can manually fill it out before I fill out about 50 on ESPN.com. But what upstages Selection Sunday? Who could do that? Oh yeah, and I'm not going to get into great detail about this because I'm really not invested in it, but Tom Brady has ended his retirement and has said that he will return next season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which will be his 23rd season in the NFL. Now, of course, you know this broke Twitter, broke social media, you know, everybody, the lead topic of every sports debate show today, Tom Brady is back, he's back. But let me keep it 100 with you. Where did he actually go? His retirement lasted all of 40 days when his season was over. So that means that once the 2022 season kicks off and Tom Brady will be under center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he will have not gone anywhere. He will have not missed any games. He will have not missed any snaps. He will not even have missed training camp. So all of the, he's back, he's coming back. Where the fuck did he go? Biatch. I mean, in retrospect, the totality of the situation is that he really didn't go anywhere. I mean, let's not make it something that it ain't, you know what I mean? Because for all intents and purposes, all of that nonsense that was going on prior to February 1st and then on February 1st with the IG post, I'm retiring. Oh, it's time for me to sit down and sacrifice. My family sacrificed so much for me. It's time for me to sacrifice for them. That lasted all of a month and a half. And you know, to me, why did you jump the gun and retire so fast? I mean, if this was before the Super Bowl, or unless this was very calculated, this could have been very calculated because Tom Brady's an attention hoe, just like most quarterbacks, you know, just like Aaron Rodgers, he's an attention hoe. I mean, and that's the term I'm going to use because you think about it, wow, you know, we weren't hearing daily updates about Tom Brady like we were with Aaron Rodgers. But Tom Brady picks and chooses very carefully. You know, he picks in giant moments. You know, okay, I'm gonna announce that I'm retiring. You know, before conference championship, before championship Sunday, and then the week prior to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna retire. Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna keep it quiet, little drop, little hints, little nuggets. Let me think. Selection Sunday. That's the day that all of the world is focused on college basketball. Ha! Bingo! I'm gonna unretire. You know, and I mean, so it's like, but where did you go? These past 2 months, I realized my place is still on the field and not in the stands. This wasn't even 2 months, motherfucker. 40 days. Not even a whole month and a half. So basically, it's still all about you, sir. Bye, bitch. Okay? You know, I'm a sacrifice for my family sacrifice for me. The point is that you're not ready to do that yet. It is still all about you, sir. Okay? So, I mean, what? I mean, the NFC, I mean, now, of course, obviously now from the football side of things, obviously Tampa Bay now jumps to the top of the class in the NFC, in an NFC South division that looks pretty crappy. So, automatically, I mean, you only have, what? The Rams, who are the defending champions. The Packers, now that Aaron Rodgers is coming back, but now they have issues with Devonte Adams. I'll get into that in a minute. Now Tampa Bay. Arizona's a wild card. And Dallas, I guess. Whoever comes out of the NFC East, I guess. So, I mean, really what you have is two teams that are definitely, and now in the NFC, you have two teams that you can say is a lock to win the division. Tampa Bay and Green Bay. And that's that. Now, certain moves might be getting made in either New Orleans or Carolina that could offset that with Brady, but I'm not, you know, Tom Brady unretiring, you know, it doesn't move me because I'm not invested. I don't care, honestly. I'm talking about this at the very beginning, really to get it out the way, because I don't give a damn, personally. Tom Brady unretiring doesn't move me one bit. You know, he's not the Broncos quarterback. I don't give a fuck. Good for you, Tom Brady. Good for you. I mean, good for you. You're gonna be playing football. And I said this on the Facebook post yesterday. I said Tom Brady is gonna be a miserable person when he actually does finally, quote unquote, retire. He's gonna be a miserable human being. So, I mean, so it is what it is. Now, in other news, to me, more exciting news, more eventful news. Deshaun Watson has been cleared of any criminal charges, and for all intents and purposes, in regards to the sexual harassment or sexual assault allegations against him, he's a free man. And remember, he sat out last year because of everything that was going on in his legal situation, and he did not play quarterback. It was not because he wasn't suspended, but he wasn't injured or anything like that. Just sat out because the NFL would have probably put him on the commissioner's reserve list or whatever that crap is. But bottom line is, he is free to resume his NFL career, and he has gotten a year off, so that means his body is fresh, and he still don't want to play for Houston, so he's still looking to get traded. So matter of fact, he is going to visit. Now, I don't know if Houston outright released him or not, but no, he has not been released, so it would have to be a trade. But he is going to sit down with the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Well, let's see. I've even heard things about a trade straight up to Philadelphia for Jalen Hurts. I don't think Philadelphia should do that. Now, of course, if you're able to upgrade at quarterback, and Deshaun Watson is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, but what the Eagles have to work with, particularly in draft capital, me personally, I would just leave it alone. Jalen Hurts just took you to the playoffs. I would leave it alone and just build the team up through the draft, getting positions where they are needed, and build around Jalen Hurts' strengths. Now, if I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm going, the Texans, the Saints or the Panthers. I would probably go to the Saints. The reason why I would go to the Saints is because that Saints defense has Tampa Bay's number, or in particular has Tom Brady's number. And I would definitely, you never know. Hey, Sean Payton might unretire if they get Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. He might change his mind and say, oh, well, you know what? I don't want to step there. I want to coach the Saints for another year. You never know. Okay. So that is very interesting. I'm really curious to see in the next few days what is going to happen with Deshaun Watson and where he will end up playing quarterback. And that leads to another question. Will he be suspended because of, everything that happened last season? I would think not, because he did sit out the entire year. So, if anything, what do you say? Punishment served. In particular, if he's not tried as a criminal, he's not going to be in criminal case. Now, there's still civil things that need to be worked out. Then he's sat out a year. Leave him alone. Let him sign with a team, or let a team trade for him, and go on about his business. You heard me? I'm just going to let him go ahead about his business. So I hope that works out good for Deshaun. There was a point in time, before, these allegations got serious when he was talking about being traded. I was like, hell yeah, bring him to Denver. Shit, bring him to Denver. But we're good now. We got let Russ cook. And in other news, Mitch Trubisky, what I used to call him, Bitch Trubyatsky. Mitch Trubisky says he is planning to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. My uncle just texted me on this just a couple of minutes ago. I actually think that's a good fit. I really do. Trubisky has the body type of a young Ben Roethlisberger. He has the body type of a Josh Allen. Josh Allen has the body type of him, because Josh Allen did come in after Trubisky, but that is why he was the backup of Josh Allen last year with the Buffalo Bills. And I think, again, he has the body type of a young Roethlisberger. I actually think that is a good fit. He could be a good bridge quarterback, because obviously Mason Rudolph stinks. When I see Mason Rudolph's win-loss record is actually 6-5, I'm like, how is he a game over 500 as a starting quarterback? How? And Dwayne Haskins has proven ever since he was drafted in 2019 that he has career backup or career third stringer written all over him. Obviously you don't have the answer in Pittsburgh. And that, again, I have to point at Mike Tomlin for that, because there was no succession plan for Ben Roethlisberger, and you had several opportunities and plenty of time to do it. But you did not. And if you thought Dwayne Haskins was it and he sold you a bill of goods, my bad, bro. For real, because Dwayne Haskins isn't it. And Mitch Trubisky, like I said, I think Mitch Trubisky is a good fit. I wouldn't be surprised if Trubisky took them to the playoffs. I mean, hell, he took the Chicago Bears to the playoffs 2 out of 3 years. I mean, now, trust me when I will never, ever go back on what I said about who the fuck was the GM that took him number 2 in the draft ahead of Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
I mean, you must have been out your goddamn mind because you'd have been fired after that first season. I'm just being real. After what I saw Patrick Mahomes do and Deshaun Watson, like, and you pick, yeah, you got to go. You got to go, bruh. But I do think it's a good fit. So Uncle Tuck, I think it's a good fit. I actually do. And if it doesn't work out, maybe y'all can draft. Maybe y'all Malik Willis will fall into y'all lap, and you can develop him. I mean, but Trubisky's still a young dude. You know, he's still a young dude. He just, he was drafted 2017? Yeah. So he still got time. So I think Tomlin can work with that. But also in other news, I tell you, the Los Angeles Chargers are loading up. You know, I was celebrating like hell when Russell Wilson came to Denver, was traded to Denver, and I still am celebrating. The AFC West is absolutely loaded. But one thing that I was saying in regard to why I think that we are now the best team in that division is because I believe we have the best defense. But the Los Angeles Chargers are putting my Denver Broncos on notice, saying, you sure about that? First, they trade for Khalil Mack. Gee whiz, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. Then they just signed free agent cornerback, all-pro cornerback, J.C. Jackson, now formerly of the New England Patriots. J.C. Jackson is a stud cornerback, and he is going to the Chargers. That's all right. J.C. Jackson is just one dude. What you gonna do with Cortland Sutton, bitch? What you gonna do with Tim Patrick, fucker? What you gonna do with Jerry Jeudy, jackass? What you gonna do with KJ Hamler, ho? I just want to know. What are you gonna do with all my receivers? You just one dude, J.C. Jackson. But congratulations on getting a bag, for real. I ain't no hater now. Now, Cleveland Browns subsequently released Jarvis Landry. Now, they were working on a deal to try to keep him in Cleveland, but all of his guaranteed money was gone, and he was owed $16 million. But Jarvis Landry said, you know what? I think my time here in Cleveland is over with. I'm pretty sure the fact that his bestie, Odell Beckham, leaving and getting a Super Bowl ring played some part in that. Now, where is Jarvis Landry gonna land? Who knows? Hopefully not with Tampa. Okay, I'm gonna just put that out there. Hopefully not with them, even though it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. But hey, here's a good idea. Hey, Jarvis Landry, why don't you follow your bestie? Go to L.A. I ain't even going to say go to Denver because we good. We good over here. We straight. Or Jarvis Landry could go back home and play for the New Orleans Saints, you know. But you know, I'll be on Jarvis watch too. Oh yeah, did you guys hear Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz got traded from the Colts. Remember when Frank Wright was supposed to be the savior for Carson Wentz's career? The only good season Carson Wentz ever had was under Frank Wright in 2017. Well, that good season, it couldn't translate into 2021 because when you needed Carson Wentz the most, and statistically, he actually had a decent season. But when you needed him to step up the most, he could not do it, and he got traded to the Washington Commanders. How about that? That is such a whack nickname. I made a suggestion in 2020 that they should be called the DC Dick Itch, but nobody was on board with that. I don't know why. But anyway, Carson Wentz is now a Washington Commander. What do you think they told him in their first meeting? Hey, Carson, you want to stick it to the Eagles every year, twice a year for the rest of your career? Come on, be a part of Washington. I will say this, though. Can't say that I've ever seen Carson Wentz play with a bona fide number one receiver. Alshon Jeffries wasn't the player he was with the Bears when he got to Philadelphia. Still good, but Terry McLaurin, legit. Curtis Samuel, legit. Logan Thomas, legit. Defense, very legit, I think. So we'll see. But but Carson Wentz's issues seem to be deeper than just who's who his skill position players are. Dude appears to suck as a leader. So we'll see. We definitely will see. Now, I mentioned Devonte Adams earlier. Devonte Adams was placed on a franchise tag. They had to because they gave Aaron Rodgers all of their money. Now Devonte Adams has come out and said, I ain't playing on no franchise tag, so I guess he's playing in a holdout. But see, this is the mistake that you making, Devonte. This is the mistake that you making, big dog. Bro, the franchise tender is around like, tender offer is about what, $20 million? About $20 million. So you're still making top-notch dollar as far as an individual season goes for a wide receiver. Bro, bet on yourself. Get your dollars up. Here's a quick trivia question to anybody who's listening. Since 2016, who is the NFL player that has made the most money? I mean, pound for pound, that has gotten the most money since 2016? Give up? Kirk Cousins. Can you believe it? Not Aaron Rodgers, not Patrick Mahomes, not Dak Prescott, not Tom Brady. Kirk motherfucking Cousins has gotten the most money, the most guaranteed money since 2016 because he bet on himself and contractually he won. May not have been winning on the football field. Kirk Cousins is an average, slightly above average quarterback who, again, statistically, he had a pretty good year too. But what has it gotten the Minnesota Vikings? A flat out nothing. How many playoff wins does Kirk Cousins have since becoming a Viking? In 2017, since 2018, one playoff win. Wow. And Kirk Cousins has made over about $235 million since 2016. Did you hear me right? Kirk motherfucking Cousins has made a $250 million on the football field, guaranteed money, because he just got another contract extension for a year, paying him $35 million. He has the best agent in the world, because this dude, who, like I said, is not a bad quarterback, but he ain't that dude. But he has made that money. He's made more money than anybody because he has smart representation. Devonte Adams, bet on yourself, kid. Dak Prescott was about to do the same thing, because even in the season where Dak got hurt, he was on the franchise tag, still got him $31 million despite the career-threatening injury. Now, things fell in his favor when they saw the Cowboys won't shit without him. That's why he could fleece Jerry Jones the way he did. But Devonte, take this franchise tag. Make that $20 million. Make that $20 million. Put up another all-pro season. They got to franchise tag you again? Do it again. It'll be worth more money next season. But the bottom line is, the reason why you don't have a long-term contract is because of your bro that's throwing you the ball. Because he wanted all the goddamn money. I'm talking cold cash, thousands of dollars. Money stacked so tall, all the bitches want to fall. That's what Aaron Rodgers did. And now it's costing you, big bro. So bet on yourself, ball out, and that money won't stop, bro. I promise you. I understand you want the security of it. $20 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. And next year, $25 or $30 million ain't nothing to sneeze at neither. Like I said, this is how Kirk Cousins did it. He has shown us the way. 1 year for Washington, make 30. The next year, make 35. Then get $84 million guaranteed from the Vikings. Then get another 60-some million guaranteed from the Vikings. Then get another $35-some million guaranteed from the Vikings. Paid and full, bro. Paid and full. Now, I didn't want to talk about football this much, but it is what it is, because there's been a lot of stuff going on. Free agency is a beast. And, they're going to keep us looking. They're going to keep us watching. Hey, it is what it is. We are what we are. We're sports fans. We're sports nerds. We're sports geeks. But now, you know what time it is. What was yesterday? Yesterday was Selection Sunday. As the music is queued up, I love me some NCAA March Madness. Oh man, what a time of the year. My favorite time of the year when it comes to compact sports and a bunch. I swear, yes, March Madness, the 2022 men's college basketball and women's college basketball tournament is here. Now, I'm going to tell you something. These conference championship games, these conference tournament week was crazy. Had a couple of teams from VA just step out there and represent out of nowhere. In the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies won 4 games in 4 days, including taking out North Carolina on Friday and taking out Duke on Saturday to win their first ever ACC championship. Shout out to Blacksburg. Shout out to the Hokies. And then the University of Richmond Spiders, which is only about 10 minutes from where I'm living at, 10 to 15 minutes from where I'm living at, came out of nowhere and shocked Davidson, the top seed Davidson, in the A10 tournament, and they won that tournament. So for all intents and purposes, Virginia Tech and Richmond were bubble teams. So for all intents and purposes, they stole bids to the tournament. So very good. Unfortunately, my Cavaliers, my Rams, did not make the cut this year. But you know what? The tournament starts on Tuesday. The first 4 rounds start on Tuesday. And yes, let me give you a breakdown of all 68 teams. Basically just the matchups, not a breakdown. Hey, I ain't ESPN as much people like to say I am. But from here, we'll start in the West region. The number 1 overall seed is the Gonzaga Bulldogs. They will start off playing the 16th seed Georgia State. And then in that same bracket, number 8 seed Boise State will play the number 9 seeded Memphis Tigers, coached by Penny Hardaway. Number 5 seed is the Yukon Huskies. They will play the 12 seed New Mexico State. We always have to watch that 5-12 matchup, as well as the 4-13 matchup. Number 4 ranked Arkansas Razorbacks versus the 13th seed Vermont, 28-5, impressive record. The 6th seed in that region is Alabama, 19-13, which makes me say, how the hell didn't Virginia get in again? They will play the winner of a first 4 game between Notre Dame and Rutgers. They are the 11th seed. The 3rd seed is the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They will play the 14th seeded Montana State. Davidson and Michigan State will be the 7-10 matchup, with Michigan State being the 7th seed and Davidson being the 10th seed. And Duke will be the number 2 seed in the West region, playing number 15 Cal State Fullerton. That is the West region. And in the South region, the second number 1 seed, the 2nd overall seed, the Arizona Wildcats, they will play the winner of the first 4 game, the 16th seed Wright State against Bryant. Okay. Number 8 seed Seton Hall Pirates will play the TCU Horned Frogs, the 8-9 matchup. The 5-12 matchup of the South region is the Houston Cougars in the Final Four last year versus UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham. The 4-13 matchup is Illinois from the Big Ten against Chattanooga, the 13th seed Chattanooga. Yo, I saw these bros from Chattanooga play. Them dudes are legit. I wouldn't be surprised if they made the Sweet 16. The 6-11 matchup, number 6 seed Colorado State will play the 11th seed Michigan Wolverines. Now look, this has everybody saying, what the hell? Michigan makes the tournament being 17-14. 17-14. I guess they're looking at strength of schedule, whatever. The 3-14 matchup, the 3rd seed Tennessee Volunteers, champions of the SEC, will play out of Virginia, 14th seeded Longwood. I had to. I'm sorry. Oh, the 7-10 matchup, the Ohio State Buckeyes, 1911, will play Loyola of Chicago. Remember that Final Four run Loyola of Chicago made 4 years ago? And the 2-15 matchup will be the Villanova Wildcats from the Big East facing number 15 seed Delaware. Now, in the East region, the reigning defending national champion Baylor Bears, they will play them boys from Norfolk State from VA. What? Sorry, Norfolk State, but yeah, you got the defending champs and they're number 1 seed. Yikes. The 8-9 matchup is number 8 North Carolina playing number 9 Marquette. Marquette coached by former VCU coach Shaka Schmort. The 5-12 matchup will be St. Mary's playing the winner of the 12 play-in game, Wyoming versus Indiana. The 4-13 matchup is UCLA versus number 13 Akron. Oh, UCLA. They made the Final Four last year. The 6-11 matchup for the East region will be Texas playing Virginia Tech. Those Hokies who surprised everybody and won the ACC. The 3-14 matchup will be the Boilermakers from Purdue playing Yale, playing the smart guys of the tournament. The 7-10 matchup will be Murray State, home of Ja Morant, versus San Francisco. All right, 24-9 San Francisco. The 2-15 matchup in the East region will be the Wildcats of Kentucky playing St. Peter's. Now to the Midwest region. The number 1 seed of the Midwest region is the Kansas Jayhawks. They will play the 16 playing game, the winner of the 16 playing game between Texas A&M Christian and Texas Southern. All Texas matchup. Okay. The 8-9 matchup is the San Diego Aztec Warriors versus the number 9 Creighton Blue Jays. The 5-12 matchup will be the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they play like an NBA team. They are fast-paced, shoot 'em up, score a lot of points. They will go up against the Richmond Spiders, who shocked everybody, winning the A-10. The 4-13 matchup is the Providence Friars going up against South Dakota State. That's a 4-13 matchup, but the 13th seeded South Dakota State team has 30 wins. I will not poo-poo on any team that is bringing 30 wins to the NCAA party. The 6-11 matchup will be LSU versus Iowa State. Now, mind you, LSU literally just fired their coach. They just fired their coach like 2 days ago. Will Wade, former VCU coach, just got ousted by LSU. That's tough. If you're a member of that LSU basketball program, to them going to the NCAA tournament, okay. The 3-14 matchup in the Midwest region is the Wisconsin Badgers against Colgate, not the toothpaste, but Colgate. The 7-10 matchup is USC, University of Southern California, against the University of the Miami Hurricanes. And the 2-15 matchup is the Auburn Tigers versus Jacksonville State. There is all 68 teams. The madness starts tomorrow, and then the big slate of games start on Thursday. Man, you know what? If there was a time for me to take my vacation, gosh damn it, now would be the time. Now would be the time, because I love March Madness. So hopefully while I'm delivering you guys Amazon stuff, because you guys never stop ordering, which I ain't mad at you, maybe I'll have it on YouTube listening to some games going on. You feel me? Oh, what a time. I swear I love, man, listen. When COVID came and fucked up my tournament 2 years ago, bro, I was mad. Y'all know I was pissed. I was angry. Plus my Cavaliers, I really believe, had a legit chance to repeat. But, you know, it is what it is. We are getting back to a semblance of normalcy. We need to thank the Heavenly Father for that, first and foremost. But, yes, NCAA tournament time. Now, me personally, I think that Gonzaga is going to win. I think they're finally going to cut the nets down. They've been to 2 national championship games in the last 4 seasons. So I think that this is their time. They've been knocking on the door of a national championship for the last, I'm gonna be honest, 22 years. And that's a hell of a long time to be knocking on the door. Excellent. You know, people are now starting to call Gonzaga blue blood. Blue blood. They're a blue blood. Well, you know,
You niggas are crazy!
they're, yeah. To me, you can't be a blue blood. You got to win at least one national championship. You got to at least win one. They might be in it all the time. They always might be in the thick of things, but you got to win it at least once. Okay, so I think for me, for Gonzaga to claim blue blood status, you got to cut down the nets at least one time. And now my prediction for the Final Four is obviously Gonzaga. I have them winning the whole thing. I think Arizona will go. I think the Auburn Tigers are going to come out of the Midwest. And I think the Kentucky Wildcats are going to come out of the East. So that's my Final Four. Gonzaga, Kentucky, Arizona, and Auburn. I could be, hey, but we know in March Madness, anything can happen. Anything is possible. And from there, I would definitely like to jump and talk about the NB of the A. Hey, man, we're getting into playoff time. It's getting there. And, well, here's one thing that we're definitely certain of. My Los Angeles Lakers are garbage. Yeah, that hasn't changed. Yeah, that hasn't changed at all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, Carlton Davis decided to stay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll get into, maybe I'll do a show tomorrow because I do want to get into this Colin Kaepernick issue. But yeah, but as far as the NBA goes, yeah, once again, Lakers are trash. LeBron throws up 50 to beat the Wizards on Friday, but then play the Phoenix Suns without Chris Paul, of course, and we lose by like 30. Or I know at one point we were down by like 30, but I mean, it is what it is, and this is the thing that gets on my nerves. That's getting on my nerves, and I'm like I said, I'm a diehard Laker fan. I am, but one of the things that's getting on my nerves is
These nuts.
the constant. I did something last Tuesday, early Tuesday, the same day I did the. I was screaming about Russell Wilson. I was talking about Russell Westbrook and how they how now it's being an issue with the West Brick thing, the whole thing that was started by Skip Bayless, and now Magic Johnson has come out and said, yo, everybody chill, let's support our guy, you know, whether we like it or not, he's a Laker. So,
Oh, your fat ass don't come on my house
but
no more.
the constant coverage, I mean, that gets on my nerves. I don't give a fuck about how big your brand is. That's just me. I don't care. It's about wins and losses with me. Just like I always constantly get on the Dallas Cowboys and their fans and the TV stations and networks that constantly give them coverage when they don't deserve it, the Lakers don't deserve the attention that they're getting, and I'm going to tell you why. Because they've been bad all season. I could see if they were like the Brooklyn Nets, per se. There was a point in time during the season where the Brooklyn Nets were number one in the East. Okay, they had a slide that's worth talking about. The Lakers have sucked all season long, or the Boston Celtics. They started off the season playing terrible, and now they've been playing arguably the best ball in the league over the last month. And speaking of Boston, they retired Kevin Garnett's number last night. Good to see him acknowledge and show love to Ray Allen, because that was a beef that just needed to be squashed. You guys won a championship together. That can never be taken away from you guys. It was good, great. That was a beautiful thing to see KG give his flowers to Ray Allen. Beautiful thing to see. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about a bad basketball team. Every time the Lakers win a game, it's have the Lakers turned the corner? No, the season is damn near. The regular season is damn near over. What have the Lakers shown you to think that they have turned any corners? No. Now, what I'm going to talk about is KD dropping that 53 and then doing what I think was beautiful, calling out the mayor of New York about this mandate. Now, listen, again, I think Kyrie Irving should have gotten vaccinated. Yes, absolutely. But the mandate for New York is so stupid. I mean, it really makes no sense. Kyrie Irving was at the goddamn game last night. The game was at the Barclays Center. Kyrie Irving was at the game, sitting in the crowd, unmasked and everything. So he can do that. He can come to the game, sit in the crowd, unmasked and everything else, but he can't participate on the basketball court. But other players from other cities can come in unvaccinated and participate on the basketball court. It's dumb. And I've heard some people say, well, you shouldn't call out a politician like that. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. I mean, but what's the point of saying, well, what's the point if the politician is going to sit there and think, well, people think the mandate is dumb, but they're not going to say it about me publicly. Oh, yes, they are. Because it makes no sense. Okay, I think Kyrie Irving should be vaccinated too. But if you're going to put in a mandate, then nobody unvaccinated should be able to come play in New York. Visiting opponents. So if Kyrie Irving played for, I don't know, the fucking Chicago Bulls, he could come into the Barclays Center and play. But he can't while he's a member of the Brooklyn Nets. Gee, that makes a lot of sense, you jackass. Once again, 4th straight week in a row. City of New York, look yourself in the mirror. You're a fucking idiot. You're a dummy. You're a dummy. You're a real stupid dummy. You don't make no sense, a dumb fucker. You don't make no sense whatsoever, dummy. You're stupid. You're the stupid though. I mean, for real. But Kevin Durant, man, I'm going to tell you something. Who is better than that man when he's healthy? I'll give you an answer. Nobody. You know, Kevin Durant, and I've been saying this ever since I started this show, and I've really been saying this for the last 7 years. Kevin Durant is the best in the world, period. Now, does that mean that's going to lend itself to a Brooklyn Nets championship? I don't know about all that, dog. But I will say this. Just because, you know, it's gotten so late in the season, I will say this. If the Nets do have to be in the play-in tournament and they end up having to play either Philadelphia or Milwaukee in the first round, I'm sure Philadelphia, Milwaukee will be like, yeah, really? Thanks a lot. like for real. Like, really? Now, looking at these standings, Miami's number 1. They have a 2.5 game lead over Philadelphia. Matter of fact, Philadelphia and Milwaukee are tied percentage point wise. Then you got Chicago 4, Boston 5, Cleveland 6. Like I said, Cleveland is a great story. Chicago's a great story. Wouldn't surprise me to see Cleveland fall into that play-in spot area. Just wouldn't surprise me. But I want to see them make the playoffs. I do want the Cleveland Cavaliers to make the playoffs. I really do. Because they've had such a good season and they finally figured this thing out without LeBron James. They haven't had a playoff team that hasn't had LeBron James on it since Sean Kemp and them in the late 90s. So I really want Cleveland to make the playoffs. Now, 7 through 10 play-in, I guess, position, if you will. Toronto, Brooklyn, Atlanta, and Charlotte. Well, Brooklyn going to be in there. I'm going to tell you that right now. Brooklyn going to be in there. Everything else is a toss-up to me. Now, as far as the Western Conference is concerned, we have Phoenix, 7.5 games, head and shoulders, best team in basketball. I'm starting to think that this Phoenix might get the job done this year. You know, Phoenix might get the job done this year. Memphis has overtaken Golden State for number 2, even though the Warriors are now playing winning basketball. Draymond Green comes back tonight. That's going to be huge. Golden State's number 3. Utah's number 4. Dallas has been playing some great ball on the low. Dallas is number 5. Denver number 6. Now we get 7 to 10 playing area. Minnesota 7. Clippers 8. Lakers 9. Pelicans 10. So, you know, like I said, what a wonderful time. What a great time for sports. I mean, you got the NCAA tournament. The playoffs are on the horizon. Right after the tournament's over with, poof, we're going to get ready for playoff time. Oh, yeah, by the way, Major League Baseball's lockout ended. Now, who gives a fuck? Okay, not me, because I have, like, no respect for baseball. Sorry. I really don't. I love my Yankees, but I have really no respect for baseball. But other than that, but even still, great time for sports, man. And I'm starting to think that Phoenix is going to get this job done, man. Even without Chris Paul, they are such a fun team to watch. They are such a hard team to play. Chris Paul is going to get to come into these playoffs fresh, and he ain't going to have to worry about dropping in seed. Now, Phoenix is going to still be the number 1 seed when Chris Paul come back off an injury. Believe that, okay? The road to the NBA championship is still going to go through Phoenix. And for I remember when Chris Paul went, the offseason of 2020? Yeah, the offseason of 2020 when he signed with Phoenix. I'm like, what are you doing? You ain't getting no championship in Phoenix. You know what? And they might not win a championship. But damn it, if he doesn't have his best opportunity. They got to the finals last year, fell short, lost to Giannis. I'm of the thinking that, because I still have Milwaukee coming out the East. I just do. I think cohesiveness and continuity, plus the Bucks are getting healthy. Brook Lopez is coming back for the Bucks. I think that's big. So for all intents and purposes, you might end up seeing a finals rematch. I just think that the way it's looking right now, Phoenix may get it done. And Chris Paul, if you get the championship with the Phoenix Suns, bro, obviously, well, you've already proven that you've made the right choice. The issue that I'm having with everybody else is, why hasn't this man won an MVP yet? Like, why hasn't this dude won an MVP? Like, real talk. Like, everywhere Chris Paul goes, their team immediately becomes a winner. Immediately. You know? And I'm like, why hasn't he gotten the most valuable player award? I don't know. I don't understand. But everything is heating up. I don't have any guests. I'm not talking with any guests today because, honestly, again, I was skeptical about even doing the show today because I had a doctor's appointment. I was just a little tired, had a fun weekend. But, you know, when it's time to talk shit, I have got to talk shit. And what I think I'm going to do is have my bro on, do one tomorrow, a quick little one tomorrow. But, you know, have my bro talking some ish. But, yo, sports is litty right now. NFL free agency. NCAA Tournament. We're in the home stretch of the regular season of the NBA. We even got some boxing on tap for y'all. You got boxing is heating up now. Trust me, when it's time to talk about that sweet science, I'm going to talk about that sweet science, okay? Oh my goodness gracious, man. This is what I do. This is what I do. And to those people who are actual loyal listeners, and I was only a handful and I'm not being funny.
I love you guys. I love you guys so much.
Oh man. So but you know what? With all that being said, as my turn up beat is nearing the close, I just want to say yes, sports is litty right now. Great time for sports. And with that being said, where the buzzer. Oh man, I've been trying over the last few weeks, I've been trying to, gumption up the energy or gumption up the ideas of, doing some more musica. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I guess I got to get the creative juices flowing, because whenever my creative juices really start flowing, I always be at work, and I can't put it down right then and there. But it is what it is. I may call it a comeback. But still, definitely expect those vocals to be at the beginning of the podcast, just because I like doing stuff like that. And a special happy birthday shout out, Sweet 16, to Hope, my homeboy, my bro, and my sister Heather and Rob's daughter. Sweet 16 birthday, Hope. Happy birthday, Hope. You turned up real good, not turned up too much. I know how you get down, homie. But happy birthday anyway, and I love you tons, you butthead. And once again, another special shout out to my Holland Springs Springers winning that state championship, bringing it home for the HS. And yes, definite shout out. Y'all are something special. That's my home. That's where I'm from, and I will rep it till the day I die. All right, but definitely hit that subscription button. It is your boy Brandon Bravon Towns. Again, hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family. I'm out this beer. Till the next time, peace, and I love you guys so much.